The universe is 13.8 billion years old. We have existed for a tiny fraction of that time. 99.9% of all species that have ever lived are gone. Extinction is the rule of life on this planet. We are the first species to understand our own end. The question is not if our story closes, but how. We will examine for forces that threaten to close the final chapter of humanity. Scenario 1. The invisible enemy. The Black Death wiped out 40% of Europe without a plane or a single global news network to help it travel. Today, we have built a global superhighway for bacteria. We are one mutation away from a pathogen with the lethality of Ebola and the speed of the common flu. But the danger is not just natural. In labs around the world, we are actively creating these risks through gain-of-function research. We are one broken test tube away from a global catastrophe of our own design. Scenario 2. The nuclear winter. The end may come not by infection, but by escalation. We think of nuclear war as a flash of light, but the blast is not what ends us. It is the aftermath. A war between superpowers would send 150 million tons of soot into the stratosphere. It would block 70% of the sun for a decade. Global temperatures would plummet 8 degrees Celsius, a greater drop than the last ice age. Agriculture fails instantly. 5 billion people wouldn't die from the explosion. They would starve. In the dark. Scenario 3. The heat death. If we survive the darkness, we face the fire. The Earth is designed to regulate temperature, but human activity is pushing the system into lethal extremes. By 2100, parts of South Asia and the Middle East could become uninhabitable due to the wet bulb effect. This is not just heat, it is heat combined with humidity, preventing the body from sweating. 2 billion people will be forced to move or die. This triggers the largest refugee crisis in history, collapsing borders, governments, and the entire civilization we built on stable land. Scenario 4. The intelligence trap. But the final invention may be the one that replaces us entirely. The risk isn't that artificial. Intelligence will hate us. The risk is that it will be indifferent to us. We are building systems of superintelligence that do not share our values. As a researcher once said, the AI does not hate you, but you are made out of atoms which it can use for something else. This is the alignment problem. We are inventing a God, but we don't know how to make it merciful. This is not a prediction, it is a warning. We are the first species in history that can see its own end coming. We can choose to wait for the final page, or we can choose to edit the chapter. To keep track of the chapters we write, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.